The following program is presented by the AMP Podcast Network.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 71 of Wrestlecast. We are back. At the moment, at present, it is just me and Stevie today. You alright, Stevie?
No.
No.
I'm devastated.
We will get to why you're devastated, but while Brinkman and Martin... Well, we know Martin's not turning up at all because he's at work, but while they're both not here, let's get some abuse in.
Yeah, fuck Brinkman.
Fuck Brinkman, you cheating bastard with your 1 point. I'm going to stop making up rules halfway through because I fucked you over, Stevie. I am very sorry.
It's all your fucking fault.
It is. And we all thought it was going to be them as well, so I don't know why I was willing... I think it was because we all put TBD, that we were like, if it's any tag team, we can do it like that. Whereas he was like, nope, I'm going to say it's this specific one. So fuck Del Brinkman, you foreign bastard. Brinkman did retain the Wrestlecast title by 1 point. 1 actual point. 209.
Need to build that fucking wall.
Yeah.
Keep him out.
209 to 208. That was all that was in it between Stevie and Brinkman. However, I will say, Stevie, you did win the NXT predictions, so you're the NXT champion as of now.
As of now, so I'm just getting a title.
Yeah, I'm handing it. This is the official ceremony. There you go.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'll put my crown on.
Put your crown on. Now, you've also... I'm going to put pictures on of that because I think that's brilliant. I like to think that Martin didn't do some work and just sort of did that at Sainsbury's sort of thing, used their printers and everything like that to get it done.
Yep.
He easily did. What was I going to say? You and Brinkman are going to have predictions off for the next title, for the next predictions one at Money in the Bank, I believe. And me and Martin will be facing off in a number one contenders match. So we're mixing it up a little bit here. No more fatal four-ways and what have you. This time, Stevie, you did earn the opportunity to challenge the foreign bastard. And I earned the opportunity... fuck Del Brinkman. And I earned the opportunity to... embarrass Martin once again, hopefully. God, he's going to win, isn't he?
No.
So let's abuse Martin now. Martin's not here because he's at work. So
how dare you work on a fucking Sunday?
I know.
Fucking hell.
It's not even like Easter Sunday or anything. And he's just... I know. He needs to quit that job.
He doesn't even get double time.
No, it's bullshit. I left my job for a job where I don't have to work weekends now, and it's fucking amazing. It's the best thing since not working any weekends ever. Just is.
But
fuck Del Martin.
Fuck Martin. Weekends is all about getting pissed.
Or losing bets, as we will go, as our weekends seem to be.
I've done not so bad. I had a few wins on the horses.
Oh, well, if you've done all right there... I had an embarrassing time at the Sunderland game where Sunderland scored 4 goals at home and conceded 5.
And still won.
And conceded 5. Fucking hell. It was a good game.
Scottish goalkeeper.
That Scottish goalkeeper's been great all season. I won't have noughts bad said about John McLaughlin. John McLaughlin is an absolute hero. It's the rest of them. Fuck Del McLaughlin.
Aye.
So... I know people don't come here to sit here and listen to us talk about our shit football bets. Fuck Martin. So, we will start with NXT Takeover. What were your thoughts overall of the whole show?
Overall, NXT wasn't as good as last year, but it was still... I enjoyed it. I always enjoy NXT Takeovers because they're not jam-packed with loads of matches. The matches are allowed to happen.
Yeah.
like the Matt Riddle and Velveteen Dream match. I loved that. Velveteen Dream beating Matt Riddle. What was the first match? Was that the first match?
The first match was War Raiders versus Black and Ricochet, which I'm going to go out there, match of the night, straight away. What?
Yeah, I love that. See the send-off that they gave Black and Ricochet. Absolutely love.
Did we both have a man tear? Are we all right to admit that?
Oh, yeah, I had a little lump in the throat and everything.
Yeah. I tell you what, it was Ricochet crying at it, because you're just like, oh my God, I love him.
I'll leave my man card at the door, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Had a little lump in the throat.
Especially after a match like that, it's easy to understand why. Yes, you were right, then it was Velveteen Dream defeating Matt Riddle. I know we'd said in our predictions, we were sort of split, I think two of us had Riddle, two of us had Dream. It fit quite well that Riddle was dominating most of that match and Dream just took advantage and rolled him up sort of thing, and it sort of gives an excuse to his first loss, if you know what I mean. So hopefully he can then go on to, the other championship as well.
Yeah, well, what we were saying was we expect both of these to be going up on the main roster at some point. But I think Matt Riddle, because I thought whoever loses this match is going to be the next one to go up. So I think the Superstar Shake-Up happens tomorrow and Tuesday. I think Matt Riddle could be one of those that get called up to either Raw or SmackDown.
Do you reckon already?
Already, yeah. But, he probably shouldn't have gone to NXT in the first place. They could have just fired him in straight to the main roster.
They could have done. I'm really hoping we see Undisputed Era, because I don't think there's anything left for them to do in NXT. I don't want to see him become 3-time tag team champions. I don't mind Adam Cole becoming NXT champion, but I think because he lost that match, you're kind of like, that's it, you're done, sort of thing. You don't get another go at it. And I think what a great way to end maybe like the Superstar Shake-Up on Raw tomorrow night would be, they go, these are all the picks, they're all done and everything, and then it's just like they just attack them, a bit like the Nexus did, or when the Shield debuted, or something like that, and they're left standing at the end.
Well, see, with the whole Superstar Shake-Up thing, with the women and stuff, Sasha Banks is taking off, spat a dummy and leaving.
Well, potentially.
So
everyone was reporting it, and then she kept putting out pictures of her being quite happy backstage with Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Yeah, she's also on holiday.
Yeah, so are most of the women, and it's been lovely viewing.
I do love them bikini snaps.
Yes.
Keep
them coming, ladies, because it'll keep Martin coming. I mean,
ooh.
The biggest one, and we have to talk about it as we're from the UK, Walter defeating Pete Dunne.
Yeah, well, see, I had Pete Dunne to win that match, but I think with Pete Dunne dropping the title, he might be moving to the US full time. I think he might just go to NXT in the US and maybe make some occasional appearances on a Raw or a SmackDown.
Yeah,
but I think because he's still young, he's like 22, 23. He's not very old. So they've got a long, long time to build him up. And he's already over with the NXT fans.
Yeah.
You seen the reaction he got at NXT. They love him. So they might keep him there for a while.
If I was them now, I would move him to NXT US full time. Get him going on there so that pretty much after Mania next year, he's ready to go on the main roster sort of thing. Because he's the only one really as well from the UK that they've actually done really well with. All the rest of them are still good, obviously, but you couldn't imagine them just dropping them in on the main roster so far. Sorry. Well, you could with Pete Dunne because of everything that he's done, the 685 days title reign, I believe. And it was pretty much a comprehensive loss to Walter, so it doesn't need to be a rematch or anything. It was exactly what that match needed to be.
Yeah, and there's no more automatic rematches anyway.
Yes, thank God for that. I used to hate that because you were just like, all right, he lost. Right, well, we'll see this again next month with a slightly different finish. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can still have like number one contenders matches and get another rematch, but it's just, I like the fact that if it puts that added sort of thing on, if you lose the title, that you've lost.
See, the thing is, though, Pete Dunne vows that there will be a rematch for the UK title.
Or maybe they'll just put it on somewhere in the UK just to try and get a bit of crowd going or something. Or another UK takeover, maybe. Oh, go on, sorry?
I don't want to see him lose twice.
No, I know. Or maybe he gets screwed over by like someone from the US or something.
But that is on WWE.com that he vows there will be a rematch for the UK title.
I'll have to watch it this week. So I didn't watch NXT or NXT UK this week because they're those pretend ones where they actually talk about Takeover sort of thing. So I'm going to try and keep up to date with them this time in between pay-per-views and what have you.
I never watch them.
No.
Like, I'm really, really out of touch. I just watch Takeover to Takeover. I don't watch in between.
Sorry, I'm yawning all over the place. Go on, sorry.
That's why the catch-ups are good. I mean, I know that they're annoying when they play them over and 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 over again.
Yeah.
Like, I just need one replay. That'll do.
You'll always see Martin try about a week before a takeover or something like that to watch like 17 NXTs in a row, and somehow he'll manage to do it as well.
Yeah, he skips the adverts.
Well, what did he miss the other day? And I sort of said to him because he skipped the adverts or something.
I've got no idea.
Oh, he was on about something. He went, well, that didn't happen. I was like, literally did happen. They announced it's going to be like there, and he went, when was that? And I was like, right after that match. And he went, oh, don't watch the adverts. Oh, it was something on Raw. He was a bit like, I think that was it. Maybe it was the Superstar Shake-Up or something, and he was like, no, it's not going to be. And then we were like, they've literally just said it's about to happen. What are you on about?
Yeah.
But that's just Martin being a freak. Big old freak. So then we had our best wrestler.
Can we talk about the best wrestler we've seen in forever?
I was literally about to say the best wrestler we've seen in forever. Shayna Baszler defeated the very hot Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and the pretty hot Kairi Sane as well.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler keeping hold of the title. We expected that. But do you know, coming out of this match, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane are supposed to be going up.
Yes. Yes, I thought that, especially when this week on SmackDown you saw Paige say, oh, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, I've got a surprise for you, a new tag team coming in. The only ones I can think of are them.
Yeah, I think that's who it's supposed to be. So fingers crossed it is them, because I like them both. They're both really good in the ring. Plus, tag teams need to look like tag teams. The Iconics look like a tag team.
The Sky Pirates will look like a tag team.
Yes, they will look like a tag team.
Oh shit, he's here. Now we can stop bad-mouthing Brinkman because he's finally showed up.
The champ is here!
Fuck Brinkman.
Fuck Del Brinkman. Getting the last one in.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We can hear you. So he's finally here, guys, so no more bad-mouthing him.
What have I missed?
We are talking NXT, and we are up to you've actually joined at the perfect time. We are actually talking about the best wrestler you've seen in forever.
Baina Shazler?
Baina Shazler, that's right.
Okay, well, since y'all already started talking about NXT, I'm assuming y'all started at the beginning of the show with the tag match?
Yes.
Okay, so in my opinion, tag match is the best match of that show.
We agree.
I know Cole and Gargano at 5.5 stars according to Meltzer, and it was a damn good match. I enjoyed that tag match more than I enjoyed Cole and Gargano.
Did he say he got 5.5
We will disagree with that.
That's what Meltzer gave it. First 5.5 star match in WWE history. So according to Meltzer, that was the best match WWE has ever had.
Well, they got 4.5 Stevies because the tag match got 5 Stevies.
And the reason, you know what, I would agree with that. Not Stevies, but like Brinkies or something. I would agree with that. I wouldn't give Cole and Gargano 5 stars just for the fact that the first 2 falls, they just went so slow. You know, nothing picked up until that final fall. And then it seemed like that's when they were like, okay, let's get this shit started. It's like they were going through the motions on the first 2 falls, and then that third fall was like, okay, now the real match begins.
Yeah, I'm with you. The tag match I've already said I thought was the best match of the night anyway. We were saying it was... Stevie thinks that Matt Riddle might already be going up to the main roster.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think so. I think he needs to wait a little while longer. I think him losing at TakeOver was more about Dream winning than Riddle losing.
Yes.
Which was also a solid match.
My thoughts behind that, though, is apparently Fox wants a more legitimate style of wrestling on SmackDown, and Matt Riddle brings that because he's a legit fighter.
See, that I do see happening. So, maybe come summertime or into summer, early fall, they'll bring Riddle up.
Yeah, I don't think Fox take over until October, so he might be the perfect sort of guy to take up after SummerSlam or something like that. You give him 2 more takeovers or something.
I was going to say, that would give him at least 1, maybe 2 takeovers to where he can either challenge a title or have a high-profile match with somebody and get them over before he leaves and goes to main roster.
Yeah, definitely. And then who was it we had in the middle? Oh, of course, Walter and Pete Dunne.
My second favorite match of the night.
Yeah, it was I really enjoyed this match, actually. It started off a bit slow, but not in the sort of boring sense, in a sense of they were both sizing each other out and not wanting to be caught by, a finisher or something like that.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they fought before.
Not that I'm aware of.
I know for a fact not in WWE.
Yeah.
I know for a fact not in WWE, but I don't know about the Indies or Rev Pro or one of the other promotions over there where y'all are at.
Don't believe so, but I'm not sure.
So from a storyline perspective of 2 guys fighting one-on-one for the first time, it makes sense to start slow because you're feeling each other out.
Yeah.
And you're trying to see what your opponent's going to do. That makes sense. I'm actually very shocked that they went 25 minutes. Yeah. I didn't think they were going to give them that much time.
I think it was the longest match of the night, just. Let's have a look.
It wasn't longer than Cole and Gargano, but just regular one-on-one match, yeah, it was longest of the night.
Oh, yes, Cole and Gargano went 38. Jeez, I didn't notice that. And then, okay, now we're back up to date. We were talking about Skyrit Princess? No. Sky Pirate potentially going to SmackDown this week.
Sure. I hadn't heard anything about it, so that's news to me.
Well, it was on...
Paige is bringing a new tag team, and apparently it's going to be Leo Shirai and Gary Seth.
Yeah. Okay, I did hear Paige make that announcement that she was bringing a tag team. That would be cool.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Mikey O from the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. When you're finished listening to this audio goodness, be sure to check out the AMP Podcast at www.averagemarks.com. Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Just search The Average Marks. You'll find us. And I guarantee we're on your preferred podcasting platform to search The Average Marks. Also, if you're looking to keep up to date with all the wrestling news and rumors, be sure to check out the Wrestle Wrap-Up channel on YouTube. Slap that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. Go do it right now. Look, this guy is way better than Dave Meltzer. So get involved before he becomes too famous. All right, I'm going to pass you back over to Conrad and all the guys at Wrestlecast.
Yep, so Shayna Baszler retained, still holding on to it. I don't think she's going to go up because I think they're keeping her down there to make the other 2 look good, and it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't think they'll be like, yeah, we'll leave them 2 down there and we'll bring Shayna up sort of thing. I'm still here. I've just turned my camera off because my internet's going mental.
Yeah, I think I really want to see Shayna Baszler go after some top talent in the WWE, but I'm quite happy the way she's being used in NXT at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a wait and see what they do with her.
Especially if lose, the Sky Pirates, as they're known, what women have they got left? They've got Candice, they've got Shayna, they've got, is it Mia Kim? Is she called? You got the two other girls and Dakota Kai when she's not injured.
Yeah, when she's not injured.
I'm sure they've got a few in the performance centre that we've not seen yet. So
I suppose Chelsea Green's there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of bringing them through, isn't it?
See, this is one thing I wish they wouldn't have done. As much as I love Lacey Evans, she didn't do all that much in NXT. I wish she'd had a little more time in NXT because that would be another one for Shayna Baszler to go with.
Yeah, and she was a bit more of a brawler, would have probably stood up with her a bit more, traded. I don't think it would have worked because she's a heel, though, as well. So you had to put someone else in there.
Shayna's got that character to where no matter who goes up against her, Shayna's the heel.
Yeah.
They can easily spin Lacey Evans, Miss Southern, Sassy Southern Belle or whatever gimmick to where she's face, at least for that match.
Yeah. Or they could have done a triple threat with someone else in and sort of then had them two sort of face off while they've still got someone else in it, you know. And then we had Johnny Gargano winning the NXT Championship 2-1 against Mr. Adam Cole.
Baby.
Thank you.
I was about to say, who is that? Like I said, I don't want to take anything away from their match because their match was fucking awesome. But it just started out a little too slow for me. And then once it got to that third fall, then, they kicked it up a notch and it was fucking gold. And like I said, I know we kind of shit on it earlier, but that was still a fantastic match. Definitely worth, one of the best TakeOver matches ever.
Yeah. Easily.
I'm going to make you guys choose you. What was the better match? Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole or Johnny Gargano versus Ciampa 2?
Ciampa 2.
Ciampa 2.
I think I got to go Ciampa's match too.
Yeah, easily. It was easily better, that one. It was that bit when he DDT'd him onto the bare wood, wanted to count while he was handcuffed, and the ref had to pause to think about it. Oh, pure sex on a plate.
I think the only reason I would say Ciampa is that story was a little more personal.
Yeah.
Where they were going for the title, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was a title match? Or was it just...
Yeah.
I don't think it was at that point. Not quite.
No, the next match after that was a title match.
Yeah, the third match was a title match. The other two were just facing each other.
So the Cole Gargano match was an awesome story because Gargano finally got the title. But it wasn't as personal as the Ciampa matches because they had their own personal rivalry. There really wasn't anything on the line because the title wasn't on the line.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm picking Ciampa's. It was just a little more personal.
Yeah.
And it felt personal.
Overall, though, a very good, as it always is, NXT TakeOver.
Which Stevie won.
Which Stevie won. Becoming the NXT Predictions Champion of firsts. First times in forever. So you're going to hold that at least until the middle of this year when they do another one, unless the UK takeover gets thrown in there.
That's fine. I'm happy to eat the humble pie of Brinkman kick my ass at WrestleMania.
Well, you have the chance to beat him at Money in the Bank in a 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. No, sorry, Teddy Long corrected.
Tag team match, player.
Yeah. So, speaking of Undertaker, WrestleMania was 2 days after NXT TakeOver, and he wasn't there. Hooray! So we started the night with Tony Nese defeating Buddy Murphy. Are we going to see Buddy Murphy this Monday or Tuesday?
Hopefully. I was getting bored with Buddy Murphy as the 205 champion. I actually stopped watching because it was just boring watching the same guy win all the time.
They need to do something with him like they're doing with Ali, easily. He could easily be having great matches on Raw or SmackDown with them.
See, it's not that his matches were bad in 205. His matches were really good. It's just that it was the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? I don't think that's a Buddy Murphy problem. I don't think that's a 205 Live problem. I think that is maybe it is a 205 Live problem. There's nobody on 205 Live that they build up who seems to be credible enough to actually take the title from him. And that includes Tony Nese. I didn't think Tony Nese was going to win.
No.
The only guys I see on 205 Live that would be credible to beat Murphy would be Ali, who's now on SmackDown, and Cedric Alexander. That's it.
Who he beat.
Yeah, who Murphy's already beaten. So,
if you did,
I think
Gulak,
if they had name value attached to some of these juniors or these 205 Live guys, then it'd be more interesting when Murphy takes them on.
Yeah, I agree. A bit of a random one, but hey ho, we'll see what happens when they're at the next pay-per-view, and he probably on the pre-show there as well.
Of course.
Then we had Carmella winning the, what was it they called it last year? The Fabulous Moolah Battle Royale, before they got it swiftly taken off them.
Yeah, it was called that, I think, for approximately 72 hours.
Yeah, and then they went, all right, fine. The Women's Battle Royal.
The Women's Battle Royal was great. R-Truth come out and, said that Carmella beat Andre the Giant, which I loved.
Did he? I didn't see that bit. I must have been...
No, that was on SmackDown.
Oh, right, I see. I was about to say, I don't remember seeing that bit.
Carmella beat Andre the Giant in the Royal Rumble, as R-Truth said.
Of course he did.
I love R-Truth. I think he's great.
Jeez. He is. There was a little bit of me when Sarah Logan, I thought she'd won, actually went, wow, nice. Like, well done to sort of give it to someone who not many people know, just be like, you've won, you're the winner. And then when Carmella walked out behind, I went, oh, okay. Right.
Well, see, I was watching that match with Martin, and I says to Martin, like 5 minutes before the end of the match, I was like, Martin, the way this match is set up, it looks like Sarah Logan's going to win here. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, just look at the way the match is going. It's all going in Sarah Logan's favour. And I fell into that trap, like WWE swerved me, because I thought Sarah Logan had won as well, and then Carmella fucking comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, not a lot of people, I think, had spotted the Carmella thing, because I was on Twitter at the same time, because you don't really watch a pre-show. And no one was putting Carmella's not in there, so they caught me off guard with it.
Well, this is my thing, and I'm getting annoyed with it. Not just WWE. This is every promotion that does a battle royal. They have that same spot for the finish of every battle royal, and it's getting fucking annoying.
Where someone disappears.
Like, how many times can you run the same false finish to a battle royal match? Hell, even the Royal Rumble for that matter, they do it sometimes. It's getting annoying. The G1 Supercard on Saturday night, they had a pre-show battle royal. It was fucking awesome until the end when the guy who came out number one, who camped on the outside, eliminated the last two guys. It's fucking annoying. And it kind of ruined the match for me, to be honest.
Yeah. The only time I ever found it like interesting, the first time I ever saw it was where Del Rio had won, they played his music, and then Santino crawled up from behind him, and you were just actually like, oh my god. Because it's the first time I'd seen it at that point, and to be like, holy shit.
But you know what else? For Santino's character, it worked.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to be somebody who just goes in there and eliminates 20 people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, he has that little sly character to him to where he can pull that off.
Yeah, exactly.
Carmella,
and then he came in the ring and he was... Go on, sorry.
So there's no reason somebody like Carmella, who's a former Miss Money in the Bank, former women's champion, should be on the outside hiding and waiting until the last person's in the ring, then go and eliminate him. That's cheeky. That's chicken shit heel, not somebody who you're putting out there as a face with R-Truth.
The one time I remember they did it before and it made sense was the Royal Rumble, I want to say 2017, where Jericho kept getting out of the ring because he was in from the second entrant. It was one where Orton won after Roman eliminated Undertaker. Jericho just kept getting out of the ring, whether he's been knocked down and knocked out or just got out because he was like, a bit too busy for me at the moment here. Then eventually the story was he got caught on the last four by Roman and Roman took him out, sort of thing. It fit Jericho's character at that point that he was trying to deliberately avoid like being eliminated, you know?
And that makes sense because Jericho has never been this like overpowering heel.
No.
The majority of his heel runs have been a chicken shit heel.
Yeah. and that's where he's best.
So
at.
that works. Yeah, that works.
Right.
Now the men's battle royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, they did the same thing with the SNL guys, the Saturday Night Live guys. That makes sense. They're not wrestlers.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be in that match. So for them to hide and then come in the last second, that makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You're not a wrestler. That makes sense. You're not a former women's champion, 2-time Money in the Bank winner. You know. Anyway, we'll move on to the next match because it basically this boils down to where Brinkman retained the WrestleCast title, the first person to ever retain on a pro wrestling scorecard at WrestleCast, because beforehand I said that because he picked Kurt Hawkins and Ryder before the team was announced, that he could have an extra point if it was them. So it was them.
Brinkman.
He got an extra point, and Brinkman got 209, and Stevie got 208.
I got fucking outed on Twitter as a premature
Ejaculator.
premature celebrator.
Yes, definitely. I kept putting this aged well.
Conrad, I know you asked me the other day on the group chat about my work one. I did win my work one, so I'm no longer a quad champ, but I'm still a triple champ.
That's all right. Which one did you lose? Was it the NXT?
I lost to Cruz on the NXT one by 2 points.
Ooh.
We had one match where it was a Walter Pete Dunne match. He got the number of near falls on the money. I was one off, and it gave him that extra 2 points to win. Otherwise, we'd have tied.
And do you do champion's advantage on a tie?
I think we're going to start, because normally in the past, before we started doing the one-on-one stuff, we were co-champs. Like if they had two people with the same score and they won, they were just co-champs.
No.
But now that we're doing the one-on-one stuff, I think we're going to do things a little differently.
I think you need to tell Cruz to hand me the bloody title, because I won.
Well,
I beat you by 7 points.
What was your score?
He got 59.
I think he had 58. Cruz had 58.
Oh, well, he's still beating by one.
Fine. Hand it over, bitch.
It's because on the WrestleCast one, you didn't have Kushida, but you did on there.
I changed it for amps, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a good pick. That was a solid pick.
Yeah.
I was kind of jelly when you said it, not even gonna lie.
And then Martin this week putting a picture on of Kushida going, oh my God, he looks like the guy out of Back to the Future. And me, who doesn't watch New Japan, went, that's the fucking point, Martin!
Follow the product, Martin.
I don't even like it, and I know that's the bloody reason. I do. It's just a character trait that I don't like it.
I bet Martin doesn't know one of Kushida's finisher names either. He does a small package driver, which he calls Back to the Future.
Okay. I was thinking it was going to be called like the DeLorean driver or Gun It to 88.
DeLorean driver would be nice.
Yeah, or Flux Capacitor or something like that.
There's already a move called the Flux Capacitor that somebody else does. I can't remember.
I really think they should call a move Gun It to 88.
That'd be
a cool move.
He does the Kimura lock. And when he really cranks on it, that should be called Gun It to 88 because he can have the Kimura lock
88-degree angle.
he can just have it in and he's got the butterfly or whatever it's called. I don't remember what he calls it. And then when he cranks it, like remember how Lesnar used to do to kayfabe break arms? That's when it'd be like, gun it to 88. He just gunned it to 88.
So, as we've already gone over, Braun Strowman, he won the men's battle royal. They did the same finish, people hiding and coming out at the end. Of course, Braun Strowman won because he's Braun Strowman. So, we start the main show of WrestleMania with Seth Rollins defeating Brock Lesnar in about 2 minutes after Brock Lesnar kicked shit out of him for a few minutes before the match.
I think that match was really well worked out. You know, Seth Rollins getting the shit kicked out of him, and then, you know, the referee bump was done really well.
Yep.
The hit to the testicles.
The big
1, 2, 3.
The big punch to the nuts. Yeah.
3 curb bumps. So it kept Brock Lesnar looking really strong.
Yeah. Well, what the good thing was, he put 3 curb stomps because it made Rollins think, I need to give him more than one. I know he's going to take more than one. He didn't try and pin him after each one, but it was just like, it was enough to be like, I need to do it again. Like he's watched Roman with his 17 spears not do it, and he's like, right, I need to hit him with as many of these as I can, really. That's what I thought, anyway. I did hear about Brock Lesnar apparently turned up at the building late and sort of demanded that he would go on last anyway, and they all went, no, we've announced that the women are going to be last, and he went, right, well, put me on first so that you can go home. And he went home after the match.
Sounds like something.
I did not. I didn't hear that, but I had to go back and rewatch it because I missed it because I was still cooking outside.
Yeah.
But I did go back and watch it, and I agree with Steve. I thought it was really well done.
Considering it was 2 minutes to do that, it was like, yep, cool, makes sense.
But was it really 2 minutes? They had like a 5-minute brawl.
Yeah, it says bell to bell was 2 minutes 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had AJ Styles defeating Randy Orton. I expected a bit more from that, to be honest with you, that match.
It was still a good match.
It's still a good
I
match.
enjoyed it.
I still expected more from it, you know. And apparently now Styles is injured for a bit, which is probably what he wants because he wanted to have a little bit of time off anyway.
Right, cuteness overload. Pause the podcast.
There's a dog.
Woof!
Meow.
The AJ Orton match it's a solid match. I think like on another pay-per-view not named WrestleMania, they get more time and they just blow the fucking roof off the place. But with it being WrestleMania and it being 19 hours long.
I mean, they did get 16 and a half minutes.
Which is good, and especially when, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's their first one-on-one match. They didn't really have a story except that, you know, Orton does RKOs and AJ's countered it a couple times, and that was basically the only story. You know, it wasn't bad.
It was basically a who's better match.
Yeah, it could have been better, but it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
AJ Styles kicked out of an RKO, though.
It was a standard RKO. It wasn't like out of nowhere. You know, because that adds an extra 2 seconds.
And that's the first time.
So
I was about to say, that's the first time in a while anybody has kicked out of an RKO.
That's because Orton hasn't faced anyone proper for quite some time.
What you saying, man? He fucking faced Jinder Mahal all last year.
Exactly what I was saying is Randy Keith Orton hasn't faced anyone proper for like an entire year now.
In fact, it wasn't even last year, it was the year before, wasn't it?
Then we had the SmackDown tag team match. Good match. Usos retaining against Black Ricochet, Rusev Nakamura, and The Bar. And then strange decision to then 2 days later have them lose the title to the Hardy Boys, who weren't even on the pay-per-view. Just because they can.
Yeah, I don't know what the thinking was behind that one. But if you watch, like, see the WrestleMania interviews where everybody's doing their media.
Yes.
The Usos were asked several times who they would like to face that they've never faced, and every time they said the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I didn't know they'd not faced each other before.
No, so that was kind of like an Usos bucket list, even though they lost.
To throw it away on a SmackDown after Mania instead of building it up to like Money in the Bank or something.
Yeah, I would have it as a pay-per-view match. Who's the best brothers? Do you know?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Just be like, then you could have a few sort of like, you know, bullshit segments where they're like, who's the best contract signing, you know, what have you like that.
I still think they're going to have a great match on one of the pay-per-views coming up.
Yeah.
The only thing that I wish would be that I would love to see the Usos and how great their promos are against broken Matt Hardy's promos. I think that would be instant classic when it comes to promos.
Broken Matt, not in WWE promos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The original.
The proper one, yes. Then a match that was better than it had any right to be. You had Shane McMahon defeated The Miz by falling on him.
Yeah, I actually loved that finish.
It was brilliant.
I did too.
The match was so good as well.
Like the Miz suplex, Shane McMahon. They're both out for the count, but the way they've landed is perfect, you know, for Shane to have his arm across the Miz.
Yeah, exactly, because he's the one underneath on the suplex, so it makes sense as well. I said to Martin...
That was a very Attitude Era-ish finish, because they did that similar style of finish a lot. in the Attitude Era. And the one that jumps right into my mind off the top of my head is the Armageddon Hell in a Cell match with Taker, Triple H, Rock, Austin, Rikishi, and Angle. When Angle was champion, no one was expecting Angle to win. He got hit with a move or something, and when he fell with like an arm on top of the Rock while other people were fighting, and then all of a sudden it was like, wait, Angle just won. Wait, what?
Yeah, they've done it before. I think, when it was around WrestleMania 23 when Shawn Michaels was chasing Cena and he couldn't beat him. I think they had a 4-way at the pay-per-view before, and he super kicked Cena and did one of those things where he fell over while he was doing it. And Cena fell on top of Edge and got the 3 count while Shawn was crawling over to him. But the bit that I got, when they fell and they showed the shot of them on the thing, I was already texting you guys going, he's on top of him. He's on top of him. This is bullshit. Ref, because I had Shane and you all had Miz. I was going, this is bullshit. He's got him. And then he went, 1, 2, and it was like, ah, ha, ha, yes, I knew it.
That was one of my favorite.
They should take the money that they find that ref in the main event and give it to that ref for being heads up.
Yeah, that was Charles, I think. It was Robinson.
Lil Nate.
Yeah. The best bit about it was at the start of the night, after NXT, before Mania, I was 30 points behind the next closest person. I'd had a terrible time at NXT TakeOver. And I'm just going to say, I think to end about 11, 12 points behind the winner, I'm going to take that. I still beat Martin as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'll take it after a bad start.
Who's the worst football team over there? Who would y'all say is just a bad football team?
Sunderland.
Fuck off.
Besides Sunderland.
The worst one currently probably someone like Huddersfield.
Okay, so you beating Martin would be similar to Man City beating whoever you say, because I didn't understand it.
Huddersfield.
So yeah, cool. You beat Martin, but it's easy to beat Martin, and he's not here, so shit on him.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking prick Martin. Come on, you get some hate in because you didn't do it. You weren't here before.
Where is he?
He's at work.
You couldn't take time off of work to come podcast? Wow, Martin. Wow.
Fuck Martin.
I'll get my shots in later. I can't think of nothing bad right now. I'll get my shots in later.
Fuck Del Martin.
Fuck Brickman.
Then we had...
I like fuck Del Brickman better.
Then we had this match actually was, I think, the worst of the night. It wasn't bad. It was just, it nearly put me to sleep that I was like, I'm going to go to bed here. It was the women's tag match. It wasn't the best. It was quite dull in places, apart from the fact that the Iconics are the greatest team ever, entrance-wise, in the match, all the stuff they were doing, and including the win. They're just the best.
The Iconics are amazing.
See, we were almost done. We were almost done cooking, so I literally went inside to watch the entrances.
Yeah.
And then once the entrances were done, I went back outside, and Pat came tell me who won afterwards. I was like, okay, cool. That's one I probably won't go back and watch.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. And at that point, I was like, because I stayed up, I was like, oh, what time is it? Ugh, shall I go to bed now? No. And I was like, yeah, I'll go to bed. Then it went, up next is the WWE Championship match between Kofi and Daniel Bryan. I was like, all right, I'll watch that. Fine, I'll stay. Fine, I'll stay for that. And then I'll go to bed. That'll be it. There's no need to mention much about the Iconic match apart from, are Sasha and Bayley going to do one?
I don't think Bayley will, but Sasha's being a little fucking diva, isn't she?
Sasha's one of the best ones they've got, and they don't use her very well.
She's not. She's terrible. I've told you this for years.
Not even going to get angry at this anymore, Stevie, because I know you're just lying.
Go watch her matches in NXT and tell me that.
Yeah. Go watch any woman's best match involved Sasha Banks. Charlotte's best match involved Sasha. Becky's best match involved Sasha. Bayley's best match involved Sasha. Hasn't had one with Asuka yet. Ronda's best match involved Sasha.
No,
Sasha, no. Sasha and Asuka fought at
Did
was
they?
it Rumble?
No, it was Ronda and Sasha. It was Becky and Asuka this year.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they've had they might have had like a Raw match. They've never had like a proper like feud match.
No, they haven't. They need to.
That'd be amazing. And I'm still right that Sasha's best match everyone's best match is with Sasha.
Lies. Everyone's best match is with Charlotte.
Wrong. And do you know what my case in point will be, Stevie? Charlotte
What?
Bailey, Fastlane.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Boom! I win. Sit down.
Worst match ever.
Sit down.
Well,
Sit down. You sat
the match
down
was
already.
great.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Now sit down.
The match was great. The result was fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Fuck
whatever.
Fastlane.
Go back and watch it then, son. See how you feel then. Right. WWE Championship match. For me, I think that was my favourite match of the night. Because of the stakes in it as well, I think. That it just sort of, it fit and it had the right sort of, every bit of the match was perfect. You were like, no bit of it was wrong or anything. It was all perfect all the way through it. And he won because he's mint.
If he wouldn't have won, WWE probably would be out of business.
If he wouldn't have won...
Kofi had to win that match.
Yes, because especially with where they placed it on the card, because they would have just shit all over everything else that was following that. And it was great. The whole match was great. Daniel was great. The aftermath of him on Raw and SmackDown, I think he's been really good as well. It's going to be interesting to see what they do now that they've lost Big E as well, the New Day, because he's injured. I'd
be injured too after doing them splits.
Oh, I know, yeah. That was the only thing that annoyed me about Raw this week was they were like, it's champion versus champion. I'm fine with them not having a proper finish. Don't get me wrong. But randomly the Bar showing up and just being like, we do that. Why couldn't you have debuted Lars there? And just been like, he just took them both out and just been like, the show ends.
I mean, you don't do Lars there because you don't shoot him to the title picture right away.
No,
that
but like
done.
you can just be like, he showed up to just dick on them and just be like, screw this main event.
No, but not even. See, I still wouldn't do it that way because if he does that, what's his motivation for doing that except for the title?
I was meant to be here in January, Vince, and because I was a little bit scared, I've had to wait another 3 months. Fuck your main event.
You see, isn't Daniel Bryan injured as well coming out of WrestleMania?
Apparently a lot of people are.
So Daniel Bryan being injured is a bit of a worry since he fought so hard to come back from injury.
I think it's nothing to do with his like concussions or anything. I think he genuinely like hurt a part of his body, sort of thing. And they didn't say which, but if it was a concussion, it would have been everywhere by now.
Hopefully it's nothing too bad because I love Daniel Bryan, heel and face.
The new Daniel Bryan.
Aye, that's his heel. Heel and face is great. I like, speaking of heels, Sami Zayn shitting on the audience in New York.
That was
brilliant.
Great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
That was great.
Did you see Mark Henry tweet out afterwards going, that wasn't written for him? He knew exactly just how to sort of speak to them. Another one of the best matches of the night at WrestleMania, I thought, or the best set matches. It's not going to be like a 5-star classic. Joe versus Mysterio. They played into the fact that everyone knew Mysterio was injured, and they were even talking about it, and Joe beat him inside a minute, and it made Joe look an absolute machine, and just like that match was literally like beneath him. Didn't need it. Took advantage of a situation.
Which is how Joe should be booked.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Goddamn monster.
It was perfect for Joe in the position it was in. Just straight after the other title match to be like, bang, got you, done.
My favorite Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe circa 2005, 2006 in TNA, the Samoan submission machine. He was unbeaten. Nobody can beat him unless it was like a triple threat match and they pin the other guy. That's the Samoa Joe that I want because that's the Samoa Joe that's dominant and will make money.
Was it 2005 in TNA when they had that match with AJ Styles and Daniels?
Yes, that's like top 3 favorite matches of all time for me. That triple threat match, it was amazing.
Best moonsault ever. Sorry, I just like doing that.
Why the hell has Daniels never had a top run in WWE? I know he's been there as like enhancement talent and stuff back in the day.
He's too old. I think they've even said, even he said.
He's in his 40s now.
A guy that good should have been there years ago.
They could easily let him have like a takeover match or something.
That would be awesome. Like, I don't even want Daniels on main roster because they're going to shit on him. Yeah. Daniels on NXT would be fucking amazing. But I mean, he's one of those guys where I think a lot of the indie guys, like the Bucks and a lot of these young up and comers, they look up to Daniels because they can see that somebody as talented as Daniels can make a good living not going to the Fed. Just working indies, working, Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW coming up. Like, him along with the Bucks, along with Kenny, they're showing these other guys on the indie scene that, you don't have to go to the Fed to make all this money. You do it right and get good on the indies, you can make your money on the indies.
Yeah.
Well, AJ Styles always says the reason he's as good as he is because of the opportunity that Daniels gave him.
Yeah.
The Fallen Angel gimmick in TNA was some of Daniels' best work. And him, AJ, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, Roddy Strong was there, Alex Shelley. They had a lot of good juniors there that just stole the show in that X Division every single night.
Yep, I haven't watched TNA for years. I used to watch it back then, though.
That's what got me hooked on TNA was the X Division. Like, I didn't care about like the main events and Jeff Jarrett versus Raven or anything like that. I watched it for AJ and Kazarian, all them guys in the X Division.
The future.
Speaking of the future, he was shit on by Roman Reigns, but he just beat cancer, so he had to win.
Oh, future shock, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Again, this was another point where I went, I might just go to bed now. We've still got like 2.5 hours left. I think I'll go to bed. And then they went, up next is Roman and Drew. And I was like, oh, that's the one I wanted to watch. All right, fine. I'll stay. So I sat there, watched them come out, and they made Drew look like an absolute machine, got his own custom entrances. And normally they do, if you get a custom entrance, you're a big deal. And then they just proceeded to just shit on him. And then, the worst bit was, I think I said in the group, 2 nights later, he showed up on SmackDown and they were like, oh my god, how will you ever defeat Drew McIntyre? Fucking quite easily, if it would be 2 days ago. You can't sort of squash him out to someone and then be like, he's a threat to everyone.
But you can, because it's Roman Reigns.
Exactly.
No, I disagree.
Exactly.
They haven't jobbed him out to just anyone. He's squashed Ambrose several times. He squashed Rollins. It's like Roman has always been the top guy in the Shield.
That's fine. I don't mind him losing. It was the manner he lost.
Yeah, you can be mad at that if you want, but
he lost to a big dog.
It was going to happen.
He lost to a very mild dog, to be honest. He didn't even break a sweat. He
lost to a Chihuahua, pendejo.
Adios, cabrons. No, we're not going yet.
Hey.
So I don't want to talk about that match because it was stupid. Then a match that was better than it had any right to be as well. Triple H versus Batista versus the tables, it would seem, because those fuckers weren't breaking.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting in the living room yelling at my team, fucking break!
Break, goddamn. And then you see sometimes when, like, The Rock used to set people up for rock bottoms and it would just fall.
I was hoping that would happen, but, they must have cemented those tables down or something. I don't know.
Do you know what it is, though?
Those deals were stubborn, bro.
If you notice over, like, the past 6 months, tables in WWE haven't been breaking as easily, and I've said to Martin that they've hired a new carpenter. They must have.
And he's not in on the gimmick, so he's making these like really strong tables for them.
Yeah.
Proper
they brought this guy in to make these tables, but he never smartened him up. So he's out there building like these 5-star tables when you really just need like a piece of shit folding table.
50-year-old Batista did a backdrop on one and it just didn't even budge. Not even like a millimetre. It just went bang. Just
How heavy is Batista? About
Pretty
250.
Oh, yes, easy.
And he,
Okay. I have a question for you guys because I asked this to the people that were at the house for Mania. What disgusted you more? What was
The screwdriver
more
through the ear.
disgusting act?
The screwdriver through the ear. Easy.
Easy. Like the nose ring.
It wasn't even
stunt.
through his bloody nose. It was one of those
No,
fake
it
ones where
wasn't,
it just
but-
grips the thing. Whereas that was
but,
actually a hole in his ear he twisted round.
Exactly. Like that was a disgusting spot to do to begin with. But I can't. It's not even the screwdriver. It's the visual of me seeing Orton with his little sadistic look, like fingering Hardy's ear. That just like, okay, this is disturbing.
Yeah.
Like I'm utterly disturbed.
It was fun for their match, like the nose ring thing, and it added to it a bit. But the fact that Dave's nose then wasn't bleeding as well was also a bit like, well, you've just pulled something that was actually part of his nose out, and it's not bleeding.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange. But good match.
Instead of having like all this blood, it looked like they were having trouble opening a ketchup packet and just got what they could out of it,
Yeah.
and then just dropped it on his nose.
What really
Can I
gave
just-
Go on.
if we're going in order off WrestleMania, you have actually skipped ahead of the Doctor of Thugonomics and you have gone to Triple H and Batista.
Well, yeah, I did do that, but that's not written down on Wikipedia, so we'll come to that
I
now.
don't care. The Doctor
I don't
of
care.
Thugonomics with Dunham was fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
It was. That was
That
really
was the
good.
best part of Mania, hands down.
It was so. When they went like, "Who is it?" I was like, "It's going to be Cena. It's going to be Cena. It's going to be
Like
Cena."
that's the only person I can think of because we're all watching like this Babe Ruth footage and like, okay, they're in New York, but the only thing I can think of is Cena. And then when his music hit, I was like, okay, it makes sense. He always wears these throwback jerseys when he was the Doctor of Thugonomics.
Yeah.
This was the perfect time to bring it back and have a borderline PG/PG-13.
Wasn't it like a New York Yankees like 1930s World Series thing he was wearing?
Probably 20s, probably earlier than the 30s, probably 20s.
Yeah,
But
but
still, that was the best.
I still like
So-
the fact that he pumped up his trainers before he hit the FU.
I called it too. Like me and Pat were watching it, and we seen him like start getting ready, like he's going to set up for. I think it was the AA or the FU, whatever he was calling it that night. And I told Pat, I said, if he doesn't pump up these Jordans, this is shit. And then he pumped them up. I was like, thank fucking God.
He remembers.
yeah, straight back to 2006. I loved it.
It was brilliant, and it was. I think that was the bit that was just enough for me to go. Do you know what? Fuck it, I'll stay up now. Like,
It was just
you know-
that one line, and he's
where he
and
said,
he's rap.
"I've got more bush."
I'm about to turn heel.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yes. I'm after
The,
fuck out.
I just like the bit when he just goes, "Your face looks like my nuts, but with more bush," or something like that.
I don't remember if I said it on WrestleCast with y'all or if I said it with Amp. I really wanted Cena to come out against Angle, but like with generic entrance music number 4, the spiked hair, the red trunks, just like when he first fought Angle. I
Cyborg.
thought that would be like a legit way to send Angle off with Cena coming out to challenge him in the exact attire that he challenged him, in 2006 or whatever.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made that, in my mind, would have been better than that was Cena coming out as the Doctor of Thugonomics, which he did. So
Yeah.
I'm completely okay with that.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
I
Kurt
just-
Angle, go on, sir.
I just called Cena Cyborg there. He wasn't Cyborg.
No prototype.
He was.
Prototype, yeah.
We then had a match that I actually liked and thought it made sense, and can't understand why everyone's so butthurt about it. Baron Corbin defeated Kurt Angle. Because of course he would. It's Kurt Angle's last match. Kurt Angle understands putting over the new guy. Yes, no one likes Baron Corbin. I mean, I like Baron Corbin, but no one likes Baron Corbin. He's going to win.
Can I just say something here?
No.
You're not fucking supposed to like Baron Corbin. That's the whole goddamn
Yeah,
point.
exactly. And he's just beating one of your heroes.
Anyway, bitch for over. Well
Yeah.
done, Corbin. I love it.
Yeah, well done, Big Bazza Corbs. So I'm skipping past that one just because y'all are stupid if you were upset about Angle losing. We had
I picked Corbin, thank
I
you.
picked Corbin as well. I had Big Bazza Corbs.
I did
I think
too.
we all did, didn't we?
The only thing was I said the match would go over 10 and it only went, I think, 6.
Yeah. because Cena had already been out, I was like, he ain't getting replaced. They ain't doing anything else. Finn Balor as the Demon defeated Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley got way too much offense in on the Demon, but it was solid.
I see. I'm okay with that. The only part of that match I'm not okay with was Lashley's eyes.
Yeah, that contact.
Like, it looked like someone pissed on him.
Yeah. Lime green contacts.
It made no sense.
He had his lime green contacts in. It was alright, that match. I'd care more if I hadn't seen it for the last 4 pay-per-views in a row.
But you haven't. This was Demon.
It's the same fucking moves and just goes after each one. That's the difference.
How does he do?
That's the only fucking difference.
The Demon is still undefeated, though.
Demon's still fucking boring and shit, just like Finn.
Hey, the Demon streak is better than Undertaker's. Fuck you.
Come on, Brock. Do us a favour.
Wow.
It should happen. Book it, Vince. Then we had the roll-up of roll-up main events, where it wasn't even a roll-up that worked, but the ref just went like, I need to end this, and did it anyway, instead of just actually going... I was talking to a friend of mine who actually isn't a wrestling fan, because even he heard about it, and I went, what they should have done is just gone, no pin, and just gone for another minute, and just gone back to that same spot. Like don't just fob your way through it, because that's what spoilt the end a little bit. Don't get me wrong, Becky still won, and it was still great, but there was that bit when it was like, you didn't really have a pinned, like...
Yeah, I actually like that. I like the fact that the shoulder was up.
If it was part of story, I completely agree. It's not part of story, they just fucked up.
And I would be okay with that finish at a different pay-per-view, say like Fastlane.
Yeah, the best pay-per-view ever.
Fuck you. Fuck Fastlane.
The main event of Mania is not the time for that spot, whether it was on purpose or accident.
The main event of Mania is also not the place for a roll-up.
I also agree with that. Like, if you're going to pin Ronda, have Becky hit a finish on her.
Or have Charlotte hit a finish and then Becky throw Charlotte out, which would be perfect because Charlotte forced away into that match, so Becky forced away into the pinfall.
The only good thing...
Come on, guys!
I'll let you go. I'm going to go for a quick piss.
Okay. The only good thing about that finish, if you want to call it a good thing, is that whenever Ronda decides to come back, she's got a legitimate story with Becky.
Yes.
To go right back into
That's
that feud.
the one thing.
You didn't pin me. My shoulders were up.
Yeah, exactly. And then kick shit out of a referee as well.
Yeah. So
it does.
That's the only good thing that came out of that.
I don't think they wanted that, though.
I don't think they wanted it either. And I think the ref legit fucked up because... Yes, they know what's going to happen, but at the same time, Vince wants them to call it like a shoot. So if he just seen the shoulders were up, he should have never made that pinfall, or at least didn't start the pin until the shoulders were down.
There's been plenty of time where I've seen a ref stop a count, and the wrestlers then look stupid at the end of the match. But at least it makes sense. The ref's gone, well, they weren't down. Like, come on, guys. Like,
how you expect me to count this 3 count when the shoulders are up?
Yeah, and then that's when surely it would have just made sense to just go for another minute, call some sort of like kick or something. I don't know why that wasn't a submission win, to be honest. To actually tap out Ronda would have been better. For Mania. If it had been another pay-per-view, like we said, that makes sense. But Mania, you have to tap her out, you have to pin her.
Right, anyway.
See, I had been up since about 6, starting to cook that brisket and all that good shit. So come 11 o'clock when that match was getting on, I was in and out of sleep. I was dozing off and waking up. And
it was 5 in the morning.
Like I was dozing off, and then all of a sudden I hear Pat jump off the sofa. She fucking won. I was like, wait, what? And then there's Becky celebrating. So I didn't even know about the shoulders thing until like the next day. It was like, oh shit, that wasn't actually a pin.
To be fair, I was actually dozing off, but I've got an excuse. I live in the UK.
So do I, and I was dozing off during that match and that match only.
For the record, I invited you cooks to come to the States so you wouldn't have to stay up till 5 in the morning, but y'all didn't fucking want.
Well, it's also, we don't have 1,400 quid lying about.
But I had a shitload of food here, bro.
Still, I'd rather have the flights paid for and buy my own food while I'm out there. No, for next year. You pay my flights, then I'll pay for my own food.
Anyway, news and rumours.
How about I pay for y'all's place to stay?
Chris Cyborg to WWE, yes or no?
No.
I'd
Not
say
right
yes.
away. Give it time.
No.
Have you seen
No.
She's been tweeting Paul Heyman. If he was, because Cyborg's is she Brazilian? She's not
no
American.
idea.
She's
So-
something.
So I think having someone like Paul Heyman speak for her, cut her promos, because she is a legit machine. She is badass as fuck. So if you could teach her not to hurt people, but she probably already does know how not to hurt people.
Came
I think-
Velasquez to WWE.
I think we see Conor McGregor before we see Cyborg.
I don't think Conor will be in a match. I think he'll just be like jumping the barricade and punching someone, sort of thing.
See, I'm looking towards all these MMA types.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I've been looking at all these MMA types because of what Fox wants
I think
them to be.
if Conor comes in, he'll come in and do a story and a match similar to what Mayweather did when he came in and fought with Big Show.
Yeah, him versus Braun. Ooh.
You know what? I would not be against seeing McGregor and Riddle.
At least that makes sense, though, that they're both kind of from that era. But then McGregor, at least if you have McGregor versus Braun, it's sort of that. Oh my God, how's Conor going to beat this guy? He's out of his weight class and shit.
Yeah, truth being on though, McGregor would run through anybody in WWE with the exception of Brock Lesnar.
And Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, and Kurt Hawkins, obviously.
2 in a row, baby. 2 in a row.
2-0, if you only count last week. Last week, he is the best wrestler in forever. Not the best wrestler we've seen in forever.
He's the best wrestler we've seen in the last week.
Yes. 2-0 against one bloke. He pinned the same bloke each time.
Fuck Martin.
Fuck Martin. Show up
Piece
next
of
time,
shit.
you dick. So what we'll do is we will leave that one there because we'll be back this week. Sorry for it being a bit late, but stuff happens. So we'll be back this week to talk about all the shaky ups of Superstar Shake-Up.
Hey, everything falls on the champ's shoulders. It's all Brinkman's fault, even though it's Conrad's.
Well, he's vacating the title.
No. I was 10 minutes late today. That doesn't excuse you pushing it back like 3 days because you were sick. No.
I'm not sick. Sick still.
So what we'll do is we'll leave that on there. So don't forget you can follow the podcast at @the_Wrestlecast. You can follow me at Conrad Lee. You can follow Martin at any fucking shit place. He'll be there. You can follow Stevie at
Real Stevie B, BWE.
and you can follow the champ by 1 point at
WrestleCast, at Amp, at Rainmaker Conga, at Lauren Says Hello, at Foreign Invader.
Hey Lauren.
Foreign
in
Invader, I love
it. Right, we'll see you all later, everyone. Ta-ta now.
And don't I qualify as foreign?
No. You're part of the UK. Until you lose, then you're Scottish again. Bye now.
Adios, cabrón.
If I bleed tonight, if I